Hello, today I want to show you how to create twisted cables using curves with Blender, and then I'll give you a short preview of my new add-on J-Curve tools. But I start here with a new project and the default cube that I unfortunately have to delete because I have to create a part for a cable that is made out of 4 cylinders. So we start with 1 cylinder, press Shift and A and add it, and then I open here the operator panel, set the radius to 100 and the height to 1000. These are just example values. I don't want to use any cap fill type, so set it here to nothing. In object mode I set the shading to smooth, and then I press Ctrl and R to add some edge loops, because we need a little bit more geometry when this thing is attached to the curve and bend. Okay, nice. Now I snap the view, then I go to edit mode. The mesh is selected, then I press the G key and hold the Ctrl key pressed so that I can move it snapped to the grid. Okay, but I want to have an offset to the center, so I set X and Y to 105. Alright, and now to create 4 of these meshes, I add a mirror modifier for the X and Y axis. Like that, and then we can apply the modifier. Okay, now we have the part, but I have to rotate it so that it is aligned to the x-axis. I do this in edit mode with the view snapped, press the R key and hold the Ctrl key pressed so that I can easily rotate 90 degrees snapped to the grid. But it looks a bit boring. I add a material that I call cable. The color I set to a red tone, for example. Decrease the roughness a bit to give it a more plastic look and feel, and I think we can go with that. And now comes the magic. First I add an array modifier. The fit type I set to curve that we don't have at the moment, but that's okay. And I also enable merge. Alright, the next one is a simple deform modifier, because we want to have the impression that these parts of the cable are twisted. I keep this for the moment as is to the default values, and then I go ahead and add the next modifier, and this is a curve modifier. Okay, and now I think it's time to add a curve. So press Shift and A, go to curve, and now you can choose any curve you like. I select a path. I go to edit mode and select these points and move them by pressing the G key. Or you can press E to extrude the points, just to make the curve look a bit more interesting. Okay, good enough. Now go to the modifiers and add the curve to the different properties. For example, here in the curve modifier, now the mesh is attached. And we already set the fit type to curve, and after we assigned it here to the curve property, you see that the length is fitting perfectly. Now for the twist I go to the simple deform and adjust the angle. I set it here to 500, but play around with it, you get the idea. If you think that the cables are too large, you can still go to edit mode, select the mesh, press the S key and scale it down as you like. Then you can go to object mode, select the curve, switch again to edit mode, and then select and move around the points by pressing the G key or press E to extrude the curve. So guys, at the moment I'm creating an add-on. The name is, you guessed it, J-Curve Tools. With this you can attach meshes easily with one click, also multiple meshes. Here's an example of using a wireframe modifier before the mesh is attached to the curve. But this is just a preview. The add-on is under development, but I think the first version will be available next week. There's also a curve creator feature, so that you can click onto a mesh and the curve is added by pressing the enter key. Then you can select multiple curves and assign a mesh, for example here the cable mesh, and then twist it using an angle here in the panel. So guys, I hope you like it. If you do, then please don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, and if you have any questions, then add these here to the comments below. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and I'll see you soon here on my channel on Jayanam.